Beneath the moon's mischievous mirth, a magnificent orb of opalescent oddity, we congregate, a cacophony of quirky kinship tethered by time-worn tomfoolery. The atmosphere buzzes with bizarre bravado. This evening, we jubilantly jive in jubilation for our whimsical wizardry. We are the wacky wizards of wondrous Merlin. Our mission? As clear as a crystal ball. We are the healers of hapless hiccups, protectors of peculiarities, and seekers of sensational silliness. The forest frolics around us, whispering wild wonders and wacky wisdom. We are home. If home is where the heart is, or where the hilarity happens, tonight we reaffirm our ridiculous resolve. We are the guardians of goofy equilibrium. We carry the torch of tantalizing trickery and magical mayhem. We shall not stumble or stutter. We will not falter like a frightened ferret on a tightrope. Chortles of commitment. Our cacophonous chants are not mere mumblings, they're whimsical whispers woven into the very fabric of our funky souls. The chant of allegiance, a zany zigzag through time, ties us to our tangled tapestry of yesteryears. We fondly frolic in the folly of Merlin's mind-boggling wisdom and tiptoe through the tulips of his towering legacy. Oath of outrageous loyalty. This is our ludicrously lofty pledge to the present pandemonium. We stand shoulder to shoulder, a wacky wall against wickedness, defending dainty darlings and battling for bonkers justice. Who needs a superhero when you've got us? Call to comedic action. And lo, the future beckons with its bizarre beckoning. We respond with a raucous roar of courage and determination, because why not? After all, what's life without a little absurdity sprinkled on top? Buckle up, Buttercup! The bumpy boulevard to belonging is a bewildering ballet of baffling blunders and bizarre breakthroughs. It's a rollicking roller coaster ride where we bravely battle the boisterous beasts of our own making. Each trial is a tantalizing test that tickles our tenacity and teeters on the edge of utter absurdity. We tumble, we trip, we take a nosedive into the pit of pandemonium, but lo and behold, we bounce back like rubber chickens in a slapstick comedy. Our spirits? Oh, they remain as unbroken as an egg in a chicken dance-off. We stumble through the circus of life, learning from our ludicrous missteps, like clumsy clowns at a carnival. And just when you think you've mastered the art of falling flat on your face, you rise again, like a phoenix, made entirely of confetti. Stronger, check. Wiser, absolutely. More powerful, you betcha. So here's to the hilariously harrowing journey that transforms us into titans of tenacity, one ridiculous mishap at a time. Magic, that mischievous maestro of mayhem, is a double-decker dilemma. It can wreak havoc and hurl hurt, yet it can also be a healing hero. We opt for the optimistic odyssey of healing. We wholeheartedly hug the hidden horsepower within us. We channel our chaotic charisma to patch up pesky pains and pacify prickly predicaments, both the physical fiascos and emotional eruptions. We restore raucous equilibrium to the realm. We staunchly stand by the sensational strength of sympathy and sappy love. So let's frolic in this fanciful field of folly where we wield our whimsical wands with wild abandon. Who needs logic when you can sprinkle sparkles of sarcasm? After all, why not embrace our inner enchantress while juggling jumbled jests? Let's gallivant through gardens of giggles as we mend mayhem with mushy mush. In this topsy-turvy tapestry of tenderness, we believe in the bountiful bonanza of benevolence and the ludicrous legacy of love. Because really, what's more absurd than trying to heal a world gone bonkers with nothing but a pinch of compassion and a dollop of delightful derision? So here we are, dancing daintily on the delicate line between disaster and delight. With every flicker of our fantastical fingers, we choose to chase away chaos with kindness. Because who wouldn't want to turn frowns into flabbergasted smiles? Let's face it, in this zany zoo called life, compassion is our quirky quiver against calamity. Section 5. The weight of responsibility. Ethics in magic. With a sprinkle of spectacular sorcery comes a hefty heap of hilariously heavy obligations. We grasp this goofy gem of wisdom. We juggle our jinxes with jittery joy, tiptoeing through the tightrope of life's ludicrous labyrinth. We prance with prudence and premonition, led by our ludicrously lofty morals. We don't dabble in dastardly deeds for delightful dividends. We're the whimsical wardens of wisdom, wielding our wizardry for the wacky welfare of all. Section 6. Unity in diversity, the strength of the Order. We are a wacky web of wonderfully weird individuals. Hailing from hilariously heterogeneous habitats, we flaunt fantastically different fortes, yet we frolic together. Our delightful diversity is our dazzling dynamo. We learn ludicrous lessons from one another, lend ludicrously lavish support to each other, and throw wild celebrations for our wonderfully wacky differences. We're tethered by our shared shenanigans and united in our utterly absurd ambitions. Section 7. Facing the shadows. Challenges on the horizon. The world, a whimsical waltz of woe and wonder. As we prance through this perplexing panorama, we must don our droll disguises and prepare for a parade of peculiar predicaments. Yes, indeed, the shadows are not merely lurking, they're throwing a raucous rave, complete with confetti cannons of calamity and piñatas stuffed with peril. So, let's not mince words or muddle metaphors. When it comes to threats, betrayal is just a cheeky chump change in the grand game of life. We'll encounter more twists than a pretzel at a circus, while dodging dilemmas like a caffeinated cat on roller skates. But fear not. We shall stand as steadfast as a statue made of spaghetti against the stormy shenanigans that threaten to toss us into turmoil. With our sarcasm shields raised high and our absurdity antennas tuned to maximum frequency, we will face these challenges head-on, like an over-caffeinated squirrel confronting an acorn avalanche. So bring on the chaos. We'll juggle it with glee, while wearing mismatched socks and singing show tunes about existential dread. Section 8. A call to action, guardians of balance. Oh, gather round, you whimsical warriors of wobbly wisdom. The time has come to crank up our commitment-o-meter to ludicrous levels. The world is flailing like a fish out of water and desperately needs our absurd antics more than ever. We are the zany zealots of equilibrium, the protectors of the sparkly sunshine. Let our voices crescendo into a cacophony of chaos, screeching in unison like a choir of caffeinated cats. Let our magical mayhem shine brighter than a disco ball at a squirrel rave. We shall not stumble. We shall not sway like a drunken flamingo on roller skates. We will confront the future with all the courage of a chicken crossing the road, fully aware that we're not just clucking around alone in this paltry predicament. Section 9. Legacy of the Ancients, a timeless journey. We're perched precariously atop the prodigious pedestals of prehistoric powerhouses. We've inherited a hodgepodge of hocus-pocus and hoary wisdom, like a magical mixtape from the ancient ancestors. We're lugging around this flaming torch of tradition, which is probably more of a fire hazard than a beacon of hope. Let's not forget the valiant victims, sacrifices, of yore, who bravely battled boredom and bad hair days to pave our path. Their tales tickle our funny bones, while their audacity acts as our GPS through this chaotic carnival we call life. Fear not, for we shall not let them down unless we trip over our own shoelaces or get distracted by shiny objects. We'll keep their legacy alive and kicking, or at least mildly twitching, as we scribble our own snazzy saga in the ever-expanding encyclopedia of the Wizardly Order of Merlin. So grab your quills and prepare for some seriously silly storytelling. Section 10. Towards the dawn, a brighter tomorrow. In the grand circus of life, where shadows frolic and frown, we find ourselves in a delightful dilemma. Darkness dancing like a deranged dervish before the dawn's dainty debut. Sure, we might be tiptoeing through a tempest of turmoil, but let's not toss our tiaras or lose our ludicrous laughter. We are the whimsical wizards of wacky wonderment, the healers of hiccups, the protectors of perplexities, and the seekers of sensational silliness. We are the guardians of glorious goofiness. So buckle up your belts and hold on to your hats, because we're here to sprinkle some sparkly hope for a tomorrow that's as bright as a disco ball at noon.